Alrighty, welcome to another review. In this video, we're gonna share with you my latest addition to the Kummer Home Spa, and that is the Evolve Pod from Plunge. We actually have two. Why two? Well, because I'm so stressed that I need two to de-stress. Now, the reason really is because I have one connected to the standard chiller and the other one connected to the Pro chiller, so I can really do a side-by-side comparison as far as, well, the chillers are concerned, not so much the tub, because those are exactly the same. I mean, maybe slightly different color shade, but nonetheless. What I really like about this guy is that it is relatively small. It has a relatively small footprint. So if you don't have a whole lot of space, like back there where we have some of the plunges, you can easily sneak that in without taking too much space. Now, if you might think now, well, if it's not a very big, then do you really fit if you're, big dude? Well, I'm 6 feet tall with relatively broad shoulders, and I easily fit because it's relatively deep. That's the other thing that I really like about it. So not very wide, not very deep in this direction, but fairly deep, fairly tall, and so you can really get in there and submerge yourself entirely. I really like this. Now, if you want to submerge your head, you could scoot down. I've done this, or just, lean forward and dunk your head that way. The other thing that's really neat about this one is that it's incredibly sturdy. I mean, especially when it's filled, it doesn't move at all. But even without it, it's quite heavy. You might even need two people to move it. The good news, or the advantage of that being so sturdy, is that even if you're not on a completely even surface, like out here, with a slight, slant here, it's not completely even. We have some wood chips, we have grass, and with some of the inflatables, I've noticed, if they are not completely level, then the lid doesn't close properly, and so insects and stuff can get in. And it's also a little bit awkward with, the water level and stuff not being completely even. With this guy, it absorbs a lot of those issues, even if it's not, again, completely level. The tub itself doesn't warp at all, which is the biggest downside maybe with inflatables that I've noticed. So the good news with that is, I can show it here, the lid still closes even if it's not entirely level. Now, we tried to prop it up here on the bottom a little bit. We tried to level it as good as we could, but it's still not 100% level. Nonetheless, the lid is fairly tight, and that's good because that prevents insects and slugs and debris from getting into the water. We've had that issue a lot with some of the other plunges we have around here, that if the lid wasn't completely closed, then you always have to go with the skimmer and get stuff out of the water, and that's really nice with this particular guy. So super sturdy. It's insulated. That's another thing. It's not just a single wall plastic that doesn't hold the water temperature. No, this is insulated, and I really like this a lot. So I think Plunge said if you're up to like 6'7" or so tall, you can easily fit in there. Again, I'm 6 foot tall, weigh 215 pounds, and I have no issues whatsoever fully submerging myself in there as well. This is also UV resistant, so it shouldn't fade. I mean, at some point, maybe in 20 years it will, but this is really built to last. It lasts a very long time, and it's super sturdy, and I like that. Now, as far as chiller compatibility, as you can see here, it works with either the standard or the Pro chiller. The only disadvantage is, and that's really applicable to many of the Plunge tubs, is that the chiller placement is somewhat dictated by the plumbing. Now, you can do your own plumbing, your own piping, and you put it wherever you want to, but if you use the plumbing that comes with the chiller, then the chiller has to be on this side of the tub. You cannot have it on the other side, you can't have it in front, because the way the piping is shaped, and so that limits positioning a little bit. But beyond that, that's really the main downside that I've noticed with this particular tub. So from a pricing perspective, there are a couple of different options you have. You can get the tub together with the chiller, with the standard chiller. It's $5,490 is the MSRP. Again, there are sales going on that may reduce the price. You can get the tub alone for $2,490 if you don't want to use a chiller, if you already have your own chiller, if you want to use ice, which is also a possibility. Now, $2,490 for the tub is, you can certainly buy cheaper tubs, but this one is insulated, it's super sturdy, and I think ultimately it's worth the price over something that might not keep your water cold for extended periods. It might require your chiller to run for extended periods, which means more electricity. Stuff is going to wear out quicker. So I think it's a reasonable price for what you get. It has also a little like seat inside, a little bit of a raised platform that allows you to sit down and sit a little bit more comfortably. And maybe one thing that I've not mentioned before, but I've noticed this to be a difference over and over again, is that slightly angled backrest. And the reason why I like this is because it allows you to, I don't want to say relax more, because it's very difficult to relax in ice cold water, but it's ultimately a little bit more, it's easier to ease into the cold, to just lie back instead of having to sit, completely upright, which is, more not more uncomfortable, but more awkward, I want to say. Maybe also depending on how your mobility and range of motion, etc. is. But I've really noticed by being able to lie back a little bit, I can relax, I can ease in, I can just let go easier than with a straight up wall. So that's also another nice feature of this particular tub. So it's ergonomically designed to make plunging as comfortable as you can make plunging. But yeah, overall, I think it's a solid unit. I really like it. I wasn't sure what to expect because, I've tried different plungers, different sizes, from barrels to stainless steel units weighing 600 pounds. This one, especially in combination with the Pro Chiller, I've been gravitating towards. Anytime now I plunge, I actually use this one, not only because it's close to our saunas, but also because it's just easy to get in and out. It's super comfortable to be in there, and there is no debris getting in. That lid is fairly tight, and the chiller is obviously high performance and keeps the water sanitary and clean. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up. If you like this review, share it with someone who could use it. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about the Plunge Evolve? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's a good product? Or what's your preference? Which one do you use? Let me know in the comments, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.